poses between 90 seconds to 5 minutes, but for today's purposes, and I know a lot of you are going to be new to this, we'll only do them for about 2 to 3 minutes. And the idea is that we don't engage the muscles like we do in a flow class. So normally, like when we do a seated forward fold, we kind of press the heels forward, toes coming back at you, and that activates the leg muscles. But when we do this here, we'll just kind of relax the leg muscles. And the idea is really to kind of use the weight of your body and gravity to kind of help stretch the body. And I'll talk about it a little bit more as we move through it. So just kind of enjoy it. If there are poses that, and because we're going to do a lot of it, we'll do all of it on the ground. When we move to the reclining poses where we're laying flat on the ground, you may not see me, so listen closely and I'll tell you where to move your body parts. And remember that, as my teacher Brian Kess says, if you feel something, you're doing it right. So we know the difference between pain, that shocking thing that jolts us out of things. We try to move into sensation where we'll feel something, but it's not a shocking pain. It's more or less probably stretching in an area that you maybe don't stretch on a regular basis. So we're going to go ahead and start in all fours. So kind of find your all fours with your fingers spread, and hands line up with shoulders, knees line up with hips. And then once you got that, we'll take this into what we call reverse dog. So just kind of flip the fingers around so the fingertips are pointing towards the knees. And of course, if this is a bit much, you can kind of take the hands out to the side. You don't get the same degree of stretch, but you're still getting something. And just kind of press down into the heels of the hand and then move back enough so you begin to feel the stretch kind of coming up your inner forearms. And just simply relax your neck. Allow the head to kind of float down. And then just simply find that breath, that smooth and easy flow, and just kind of hang out here. So this will stretch the wrists and the inner forearms. And then by allowing the neck to kind of loosen and float down, you can stretch kind of through the neck and the upper part of the back. So again, just kind of simply breathe into this. So the important thing with this type of practice is that we kind of find the pose. We make an adjustment if necessary. And then see if you can just kind of be in the pose for time. And just come to that smoothness of breath and just kind of allow that to be the mechanism that kind of keeps you on your mat. And again, just kind of allowing the weight of your body along with gravity, the force that kind of glues us to the planet, to kind of help stretch the body. And let's go ahead and release. Just kind of release the arms. Maybe just kind of roll up onto your knees. And maybe just kind of shake the wrists out a bit. Maybe a few wrist circles. So just kind of some poses to just kind of normalize the body after being in the long held stretch. If you like, a little jellyfish arms. And again, just kind of normalizing as best as possible. Then from here, we'll just drop to all fours for just a quick second, then over towards your left hip. And let's go ahead and sweep the legs out in front of us, and then simply just kind of spread the legs out. So find some distance between the knees. And again, we're not pointing the foot or flexing the foot. Just kind of find a comfortable as possible position. And then we'll all take a nice big inhale. Sweep your arms up towards the ceiling above you. And then give it a pull. So you kind of feel length from your hips through your fingertips. And then on the exhale, just kind of float on in. And do this to the best of your ability. If you have the flexibility, you can take your forearms flat, bending at the elbow. If that's not quite there for you yet, just kind of simply slide the hands along the legs. And then once again, just kind of relax your neck. Allow your head to float down. So again, just kind of finding the pose and make an adjustment if you need to. And then see if you can just kind of hang out here for time. So kind of cutting down on the excess movement or fidgeting. And just connect with your breath and breathe into it. So this kind of practice really kind of moves more into our connective tissues, which are the ligaments and the tendons that surround all of our joints. So we do hit the muscles, but by holding the poses for this extended period of time, we kind of move past the musculature and we kind of move into those connective tissues. And of course, in this posture, you may find that the body kind of softens enough, so if you want to take it a bit further, you can always walk the fingertips out in front of you a little bit more. So again, just kind of see if you can find that spot between too much and not enough, and that's pretty much the edge of your flexibility. And then see if you can just kind of ease, either kind of stay at that point or maybe ease a little bit past that edge. And again, just kind of breathe into it. And with this one, of course, it's, you know, flexibility is one of those things that a lot of us believe we don't have. But here in this practice, we're trying to just kind of find the edge and then perhaps move past it just a little bit more. And really what this begins to give you is a little bit more better range of motion through your joints. Which is a good thing as we start to age. So again, come back to that smoothness of breath in and out of your nostrils. And let's simply release. So just kind of take the hands flat and then walk the hands in towards your center. And just to kind of neutralize a bit, we'll take an easy twist. So let's take our left hand back behind you. Take your right hand across the knee and just kind of gently, easily twist over towards your left. And as we twist, you can kind of take the torso as flat as you can get it. We'll take a few breaths here. And then let's release, let's come back to center. We'll take it to the second side. So now taking the right hand back behind you, take the left hand across the knees, and then gently, easily twisting now over towards your right. And once again, this release. Come back to center. And then we'll go ahead and take this into butterfly pose. So roll back a bit, kind of work the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to open up towards either side of the room. And then press down into your sits bones. Then extend up through the crown of the head. So see if you can make the spine long. And then on the next exhale, maybe just kind of grabbing the feet and pulling just enough to kind of lower the chest down as good as you can get it.
And then once again, just kind of relax the neck. And let's hang out here. So not pulling and pushing, more or less just kind of placing the hands. And again, just kind of allowing the weight of the torso, along with the force of gravity, to take you into the stretch. So find that smoothness of breath. And again, just kind of hanging out here. So of course, this is a very, what we call a quiet meditative practice. And I like to say in my classes, if you do have your own meditation practice, where maybe you use mantras or affirmations, kind of feel free to do that while we're in these poses. And if you don't have an affirmation or a mantra, allow me to give you one. So on your inhale, think of the word let. And then on the exhale, think of the word go. And of course, you put those phrases together, you put those two words together, and you get the phrase let go. And it's really what we're trying to do, just kind of let go. And just kind of allow the body to open up just a bit more. And once again, let's go ahead and release, just kind of float on up. And let's go ahead and kind of unwind the legs, extend them out in front of you. And then if you like, just kind of shake the legs up a bit. And then from here, we'll go ahead and take this into what we call a modified hammock pose. And to do that, just simply take your hands, bring them back behind you so they're an inch or two behind the coo or the butt, and squeeze the shoulder blades, and then relax the neck and take a look up at the ceiling above you. And then once again, just kind of find that smoothness of breath in and out of your nostrils. And just kind of allow your body to just kind of sink into the pose. So the neck is relaxed, no tension in the neck. And let's breathe into this. And then release. Let's go ahead and bring it to center. So take the torso, just kind of line it up with the hips. And then on the next inhale, we're going to go ahead and just sweep the arms out and up. And we'll just kind of add a little movement to the hands. So once the palms touch, extend up through the fingertips. Then on the exhale, float the hands down to heart center. And then flip your fingers towards the front of the room, extend forward. Then claw your hands and then release and just kind of squeeze your shoulder blades together. Allow your hands to kind of press back of the body. Then inhale, bring it forward. Hands touch, flatten the palms, bring them in towards heart center. And then fingertips up towards the sky, kind of pull out of your pelvis. And then on the exhale, let's hinge at the hips. And then place the hands either on the foot, the ankle, the calf, whatever's available to you. And we'll come into a seated forward fold, or what we call a caterpillar pose. And relax the neck. Allow the head to float down. And let's breathe into this. And again, just kind of looking for that edge of flexibility. Cutting down on the movement. And just hanging out here for a bit. Excuse me. Yeah, let's release. Just kind of float the hands along the legs. Bring the torso to center. And then from here, we're going to simply just kind of roll it over towards your left. And let's go ahead and sweep the legs back behind us. And then we're going to go ahead and find our way onto our belly. So we're laying flat on the belly. And we'll do something nice for the shoulders, the upper back, and the arms. So extend your arms towards either side of the room. Think of pressing a little energy through the fingertips. And then we'll come into a pose that we call pretzel arms. So we'll take our left arm, and I'm going to mirror you. So take your left arm, just kind of bring it in, extend the fingertips over towards your right. Then take your right arm up and over, and extend the fingertips over towards your left. And then once you got that, see if you can kind of keep your head in line with your spine. And then drop your chin onto your bicep. And then from here, simply just kind of let it all go. And once again, just kind of allowing the weight of the body along with gravity to stretch the shoulders, the arms, and the upper back. And once again, coming back to that smoothness of breath. And if you're using the mantra, come back and use that. So inhaling the word let and exhaling the word go. Just letting it all go. And then release this, look up, and just kind of squeeze your elbows towards either side of the room. And then just kind of extend the arms out. So press some energy through the fingertips as you reach towards either side of the room. And just to normalize a bit, let's go ahead and just kind of wave or flap the wings a bit. And then once again, pull a little energy through the fingertips. And we'll go ahead and take this to the second side. So now, hopefully I'll get this right. Let's go ahead and take the left arm in, or the right arm in. Fingertips over to the left and take the right arm up and over. So hopefully that's opposite of what we did. And then with the head in line with spine, let's take an exhale and just drop the chin onto the bicep. And then let's hang out here. So again, just kind of finding the pose. And then once you got it, see if you can cut down on the movement. Once again, connect with your breath or the mantra. And just kind of sink in. And let's release. So look up, unwind the arms, extend them out. And then once again, just kind of flapping the wings a bit, just to kind of neutralize or normalize the arms. And then let's go ahead and take the hands under the shoulders, press into your palms and into your knees. And let's go ahead and lift up. We'll drop over towards our left hip, and then we'll sweep the legs out and around. And then from here, we're just going to kind of simply make it back onto our back. So just kind of float down onto the shoulder blades. And again, it'll be a little tough to see me since I don't have a suspended camera. But listen closely, and again, if you're feeling it, you're doing it right. Let's go ahead and bend the knees. We'll take the soles of the feet to the earth, in a pose we've done quite a bit. We'll come into a twisted root. So extend the arms out so the shoulder blades are flat. And then taking an inhale, let's lift our right leg up, extend it up, and then cross your right leg over your left thigh. And then with the arms extended, shoulder blades flat, take an exhale and float your knees over towards the left side of the room. And see if you can keep those shoulder blades flat. That allows for a nice stretch through the spine. And once again, just kind of simply breathe into this. So if you haven't figured it out already, all these poses are timed to make sure that we treat the body regular. We're doing the same amount of time on either side. And then on your next inhale, let's go ahead and bring the knees to center. And then from here, let's go ahead and unwind that right leg a bit. Extend it up towards the ceiling. So press a bit of energy through the toes. And then we'll take this into fallen tree. So rebend the right knee. Now take the right ankle across the left thigh and just kind of extend the left leg out. See if you can keep your ankle above the knee, because that's where the thigh lives. And then just kind of allow the knee to now open up over towards your right. And once again, just kind of extend the arms. And let's breathe into this. And then once again, let's release. So just kind of point the knee towards the ceiling above you and extend the leg out. And then from here, if you can, let's take our hands, grab the hamstring. So just above the knee. And then to the best of your ability, just kind of walk your hands up your leg. Now try to keep the back of your head flat on the mat. And if you kind of find that your head is rising, you're probably past your edge of flexibility. So you can do one of two things. You can bend the knee a little bit or slide the hands down a little bit lower. But if you can, see if you can keep the legs straight. That way you can let the hamstring stretch. And we'll just take a few breaths here. And this release. Walk the hands now below the knee, then bend the knee. Place the left sole of the foot or the right sole of the foot on the ground, then bend your left knee. So both feet are relatively together. And then we'll take it into a twisted root second side. So this time extending the left leg up and then crossing the left leg over the right, extending the arms, again, shoulder blades flat. And then on the exhale, let's go and float the knees over towards the right side of the room. So see if you can keep the shoulder blades flat. See if you can keep your palms facing up towards the ceiling. And you take a look up at the ceiling or over towards your left hand, whatever is more comfortable. And then once again, just coming back to that smoothness of breath in and out of your nostrils. So again, this practice is not as physically taxing as the flowing practice is. But it does take care of some very important areas. Again, the ligaments, the tendons. Gives you a chance to hold poses longer. And in some instances, kind of like this, where our knees are bent, it kind of gives you a chance, or gives the knee joint a chance to open up. Also here, the hips kind of get a chance to open up and kind of allow all those juices that keep the cartilage within our, in this case, our knees and our hips kind of flowing, which is a very good thing to keep those cartilage as healthy as possible. So again, just kind of find that smoothness of breath. And so you can just kind of allow your body to just kind of melt into the mat. And once again, let's release, so bringing the knees to center. And then let's go ahead and slide the left ankle kind of onto the right thigh and then straighten out the right leg. See if you can keep the ankle above the knee. We'll take this into falling tree. So just kind of allowing the knee to now open up, this time over towards our left. So here, getting into the hip flexor a little bit more. So simply breathe into this. And once again, let's release. So bring the knee to center. Extend the leg up and then take the hands, grab just below the knee and then walk the hands up again to whatever level. See if you can keep the back of the head flat on the earth. Again, you can bend the knee a bit if you need to. But if you can, see if you can kind of keep it straight. So just kind of allowing for a nice stretch into the hamstring. That muscle or group of muscles that run between the glutes and the knee. And then let's go ahead and release. Float the hands down below the knee. And then simply just kind of release the leg. Float the heel down to the earth. And we'll go ahead and take this into Shavasana. So let's go ahead and just spread the limbs out like a star. Palms towards the sky. If you haven't already, just kind of close the eyes. And just kind of let it all go. Just allow yourself to just melt into the mat below you. Try not to hold yourself up anywhere. And let's just take a moment or two out of our Thursday afternoon. Just to totally release, totally relax, and to just be. Yeah, and then from here, let's go ahead and just begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Just kind of bringing awareness back into the mind and body. And then roll to either side of the room, coming into a fetal position. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and roll on up. And let's go ahead and find a seated position facing the front of your mat. And let's bring the hands into Anjali Mudra, Heart Center. To thank you all for joining the rest of us for yoga this afternoon. May you see the truth. May you speak the truth. May you be the truth. Namaste.